7 schools exhibit innovative ideas and solutions for Caribbean sustainability. Manufactured products by students of the Portsmouth Secondary School on sale to the public, and government's reform continues with the Efiling Project. Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Mervin. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others after the break.
Listen closely and you will hear what climate change might sound like.
$30 for a hand of bananas?
Severe drought could destroy banana plants and drive food prices up.
And now we can see the dead coral reef below us.
Dead coral? I thought it was alive.
No, it's dead. If you look at the pictures, you can see what the coral used to look like.
Oh, wow.
Natural wonders like coral reefs are disappearing. But listen closely again, and you can hear the solution. People disposing of garbage responsibly and not in drains and rivers. People responsibly discarding engine oil. Our climate may be changing, but so can we. Making small changes together can have a huge effect on reducing the impacts of climate change. Act now. Rally, rethink, respond. This message is brought to you by the OECS Secretariat with funded assistance from USAID.
Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. An e-filing project to simplify the way the public files tax returns is expected to come into effect by the second half of this year. The e-filing project, which is part of government's ongoing reform program, will allow the public to file their personal income tax returns and pay taxes online. Assistant Comptroller at the Inland Revenue Department, Ian Michael Anthony, has more details.
One of the things that we're doing this year is working on an e-filing project. That will be implemented at the end of July of this year. And personal income tax, the value-added tax, corporate income tax, and the 2 excise taxes will be online initially when the project is implemented. It's an OECS project, so it's done in St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, as well as Dominica. And as time goes by, we will give more information. In fact, our recently held Tax Awareness Week was focusing on that project.
On Wednesday, officers of the Inland Revenue Division were available on the ground floor of the Financial Center, assisting members of the public to file their personal and income tax returns. The deadline for filing returns this year is April 2nd. The Assistant Comptroller explains that if taxes are not filed on time, a late filing penalty will be imposed.
If somebody is filing their return late, there's a late filing penalty of 5% of the tax payable for the year in question. A quick example, if when I do my return, my tax I should have paid for last year's $100 and I'm filing late, I'll get charged 5% of that $100. As well, if I have a balance outstanding and I'm also paying that balance late, because it's important to not only file on time but to pay on time as well. And so if I have a balance outstanding and I'm paying late, I get charged 10% late payment penalty and 1% interest per month or part of a month. With the interest, what it means is that the longer I take to pay is the more I end up paying.
Students of 7 secondary schools on Wednesday exhibited their best sustainable solutions to challenges facing them and their communities via Sagicor's Visionaries Challenge competition. Applicants were required to submit their proposals online, ensuring that each solution used science, technology, engineering, or math, called STEM. The aim of the Sagicor Visionaries program is to create a healthier, cleaner, and safer Caribbean community that is more resilient to food and water scarcity. Sagicor Visionaries was conceptualized by Sagicor Life and is being done in collaboration from the Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, and the Caribbean Science Foundation. Cheryl Roll, manager at Sagicor Dominica, addressed the opening of Wednesday's exhibition.
Welcome to the Sagicor Visionaries Challenge National Competition.
Many months of preparation, I think it was since last year we visited the schools, have gone in to organize these schools, and it has resulted in an admirable showing today. And we hope by our invitation to the rest of the public that they will come and continue to support these young entrepreneurs and visionaries. We are delighted by the displays and commend the students assembled here for working extremely hard to bring their A game to the competition.
Ms. Roll also gave a brief overview of the competition.
When the concept of this challenge was presented to Sagicor, we saw it as a wonderful opportunity for students, teachers, schools, communities, and the region. The challenge was established as a way to encourage young people to think of innovative ways that we as a region can establish and maintain sustainable Caribbean communities. But I don't want the students to stop here. Remember, the person that invented Facebook was a student. So it doesn't mean that if you conceptualize something, it cannot be patented later on, and you could spread it to the world. Sagicor Life, Inc., the Caribbean Science Foundation, and CXC hope to foster innovation among regional students and provide an avenue for them to explore and develop the integration and application of science. The winner here will go on to Barbados to take part in the regional competition. It's an excellent time to network, and most probably you will meet one or two of the students who will end up at university with you.
The projects were submitted as follows. The Dominica 7th Day Adventist School with a UV ray purifier and a presentation on sun-drying fruits for preservation. The Portsmouth Secondary School attempting to rejuvenate soil for farming. The Castle Bruce Secondary School had a mobile e-world. The Dominica Community High School submitted 2 entries, a system to pump water from a nearby river into their schoolyard, and a presentation on recycling leaves. And the St. Martin Secondary School proposed an electricity-powered flushometer to replace tank toilets. The Dominica Grammar School submitted 5 entries, polyculture farming, the positive effects of sulfur on crops, the effects of fertilizer on crops, a presentation of how changes in water affect crops, and the rate of growth in seeds with no organisms in the soil. Vice President of Marketing at Sagicor, Tracy Knight Lloyd, who says she was enthusiastic about the displays, explained that the Sagicor Visionaries competition has been taken to other regional islands.
I want to say thank you first and foremost to all of you for participating here today. I am very, very impressed by what I've seen so far. I am excited. I actually got goosebumps looking at some of the projects. The children have put in so much work. I am very proud of you, Dominica. As you know, this competition is region-wide. We've had it in Barbados, we've had it in Grenada, St. Vincent, Belize. We've been throughout St. Lucia, we've been throughout the region with this. So you're up against others across the region, students just like yourselves, looking around in your communities, finding ways to solve problems, looking at sustainable ways to solve problems. And I want to say that what you've done here is tremendous. But I don't want you to stop here. I want you to continue. I want you to participate again in Sagicor Visionaries. I want you to continue being creative thinkers, being innovative. And I want to say to you, this is just the beginning.
The exhibits were judged by 7 experts in related fields. The criteria included creativity and innovation, project plan and design, relevance to sustainable Caribbean communities, and presentation. So right now we're joined by Cheryl Roll, the General Agent of Sagicor Life, Inc. Ms. Roll, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Ms. Fontaine.
So what we want to know is, what is the point of all of this?
It's an idea that was thought of by Sagicor and the Caribbean Science Foundation and CXC, working in collaboration. It's called the Sagicor Visionaries Challenge, and it is being hosted in all the Caribbean territories, in 12 Caribbean territories where Sagicor has offices. And the children were asked to, last year, around November, October, to submit and start looking at projects, science projects that would be sustainable, that had a little technology in it, engineering and mathematics. And they were to submit their projects online. There was voting. There were 170 entries from all over the Caribbean. There were 18 entries from Dominica. 14 entries made it today. So they did the presentation at the parish hall. We had about 9 judges. Some of them were flown in from the University of Florida. We had from Ross University, different, diverse judges in different fields of biology. We had an engineer from DOASCO, and so we had winners. We announced the winner just about a while ago, and the young lady will be getting a trip in July to Florida, all expenses paid, with her teacher to the Kennedy Space Center. She'll be going to the Epcot Center and Disney, and the second runner-up was the Dominica Grammar School. So the winner was Kendra Jean-Jacques from the St. Martin School, along with her team, but we had to have only one team leader and one teacher, so there were other children involved in it. And the second runner-up was from grammar school.
So tell me what impressed you most about the winner's piece.
Well, I was not a judge. I was a facilitator for the whole thing. But what impressed the judges, from what they say, it was her presentation, the sustainability of it in the Caribbean. It had to be something that was sustainable in the Caribbean, in her school, in the community at large, and something she could use. So it's called a flushometer, and I'm sure at some point you'll have an interview with her.
So what do you think that means for Dominican students?
Well, what that means is that now they have to team up. On April 12th, she goes to Barbados, and she competes against all the Caribbean islands to see who is the top science student in that department. So we're hoping that Dominica wins. There were a lot of eco projects submitted. There was one that got the second runner-up. It was the Dominica Grammar School using sulfur products from Waterwaven for crops and the effects that they have on crops and the value. So that was good, and there were many projects. There was one from the Convent High School, Ecodyne. I like the one from the Cassibus School. It was the mobile solar panel portable computer office. But everybody can't win. But they were all winners. They were all given certificates.
Okay, great. Ms. Roll, thank you for joining us.
Okay, thanks for having me.
In other news, a wide variety of products manufactured by students at the Portsmouth Secondary School were available for sale at the Rosa Market on Wednesday. The activity was the latest initiative spearheaded by the Dominica Manufacturers Association in collaboration with the Dominica Art and Craft Producers Association to encourage Dominicans to buy locally made items. The products range from specially made liquor to body wash and lip balms. Jaron Sharpless of Toujours Fresh and Diversified Production Limited, a school project designed to encourage the manufacturing of locally made products, were among the several groups showcasing the items for sale.
The products that we have on display at the market, basically natural products made from home. Took our time, labeled them, spent money, a lot of money came into these products. We got people to help us, former business owners who help us in the labeling of the products. Basically, we just came here to display our product to Dominica and to the public, because we had a business symposium in our school which was very successful, and they asked us to come here to display our products. So we just came here to display and to sell and to make a little money for ourselves.
Jaron says his group was very strategic in deciding what products were manufactured.
We had a lot of meetings with the principal and the teachers of our school to what would be more easier to produce and to make money and what is not available on the market. So we came up with punch and coconut oil and plantain chips and this stuff, because they are very easy and they are not readily available for people around Dominica, so we just decided to come up with these things.
The young manufacturer took time to explain the production process.
It took a lot of time. The plantain chips basically didn't take much time, because basically we just chopped and we just fried it. The salt took a lot of time because we took the salt, water from the sea, boiled it and strained it and put it inside these bottles, inside these plastics. The wine took a lot of time, about a month or so, because you had to put it to ferment. The coffee, you had to grind it. The coconut oil took a lot of time. It's a long process. You had to boil the coconut. You had to add different ingredients into it, strain it and do different things. The cacao didn't take much time, but it still took a lot of strength and determination to create it.
Jaron says the public's response to the products has so far been favorable.
They are very impressed by what we have created and what we have made. We have sold a lot of our products already. We have made a little bit of money, so it's going good.
Okay. Are you encouraged that maybe this is something that you'd pursue as a career?
Yeah, I would pursue that as a career as a young entrepreneur because it is going well. The public is giving us a good response to our products, so I think I'll definitely do this for a living.
We will endeavor to feature another group in Thursday's newscast. We at the Government Information Service congratulate the young manufacturers of the Portsmouth Secondary School on a job well done.
In more news, General Manager of DOASCO, Bernard Etinoff, is impressed with the participation of primary school students in the company's essay and poster competition. Etinoff made the remark as he addressed the prize-giving ceremony on Monday.
Today, we celebrate really the youth, the young people of Dominica, who have come out and delivered, quality posters and quality essays in response to DOASCO's initiative to commemorate World Water Day.
In the essay competition, Shanice Frank placed first, followed by the St. John's Primary School. Jason Lando of the Salisbury Primary School placed first in the essay competition, followed by the Salisbury Primary. The Collier Primary School won the third place prizes for the essay and poster competitions.
And finally, this news time, 9 students from primary schools across the island are set to participate in the first ever Mademoiselle Francophonie pageant slated for Sunday, March 31 at the Arrow House of Culture. The pageant will bring down the curtains on activities marking Francophone Month 2013. Pageant coordinator Solange Payne says the French pageant has been organized as a means of showcasing the French talent of primary school students.
The show is going to be big. We never expected it to be that big. Initially, when we spoke about a pageant, we planned to have a pageant for Christmas, Miss Noel. But then we couldn't have it at the time, so we said, why not leave it for the French Week of Activities?
Ms. Payne says the contestants will compete in 4 rounds.
They have the first round where they introduce themselves, talk about themselves, their school, and the country that they are representing. And the second round where they showcase their talents in whatever format they choose. The third round, they will use the French colors of the French flag, bleu, blanc, et rouge, and they will come up with a creative wear. And in the final round, they will wear the national wear of the country they represent.
The 9 contestants will have the opportunity to showcase the culture of a selected francophone country.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Precious Rivière et j'ai 10 ans. Je vais à l'école primaire de Saint-Martin.
Madagascar is one of the richest countries in Africa. It is important for me to participate in such a pageant because it will be a great opportunity for me to make new friends and for me to get to know French much more better.
Côte d'Ivoire is located in Africa.
Senegal is located in West Africa. Their capital is Dakar. One of their main attractions is Lake Redba, also known as the Pink Lake.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Makiba Francis. Je ne vois et j'habite à Kinzil. Je représente le pays de Belgique.
The contestants say preparing for the pageant has been a great experience.
I have been able to learn new things about Haiti, how Haitians speak, and what kind of language they speak.
I actually sat down and did some research, and I learned stuff about Lebanon and French that I never knew before, so it has really been an opportunity.
The contestants have all promised to put on a show of a very high standard.
You should come to the show because you will get to see many different creative ways from us contestants.
You should come to see the show because it will be a learning experience for you, and this will be a night to remember.
We put a lot of hard work and effort into practicing, and it would be a very interesting night because all the girls are coming together and using their talents to show you and have a very good show.
They expect a lot. They expect for me to really bring the culture of French, and how has all of us, the 9 contestants, has put work together to make this a really great show on Easter Sunday.
The winner of the first ever Mademoiselle Francophonie pageant will receive tickets for 2 to one of the neighboring French islands. And that's the English segment of the news. Macpherson St. Louis joins us next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non moins, c'est Macpherson St. Louis. Premièrement, ministre de l'Éducation qui bien supporté le développement Visual Arts en l'école Dominique. Parole cela sorti du ministre de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, aux lignes d'exhibition Visual Arts qui te tiennent en Dominique plus bon mois cela.
En Dominique, nous avons mis en lot attention à ça, puisque nous sommes musiciens, nous sommes artistes, nous qui fait portrait, nous avons différentes qualités monde en poésie, poème, et nous croyons que nous, pour nous développer Dominique, il ne faut pas nous mettre attention simplement à ça, nous créer académique, mais nous pour mettre attention à toutes différentes facettes d'éducation en Dominique et nous avons créé en l'école, en les PEP, spécialement c'est l'école secondaire pour essayer d'éduquer les enfants nous en ces bitins.
On sommet 3 jours pour développer un plan qui servi comme guide pour Discover Dominic Authority, venu au bout en Dominique Jodéa. Plusieurs stakeholders qui ont engagé en secteur touriste participer, comme MC Long, directeur touriste Colin Piper. Plan cela qui complémenté sa gouvernement qui a tombé en bas Growth and Social Protection Strategy. Un officier qui a engagé en affaires touristes, Dr. Philip Hennigan, délivré une présentation qui a continué le travail Discover Dominic Authority. En bagaille, Dr. Hennigan mettait attention à ça, ces affaires la place pour l'industrie touriste là. Et aussi créé à ces DDA pour mettre plus attention à ces informations communication, faire travail à eux-mêmes. Dr. Hennigan aussi créé Discover Dominic Authority, oui évaluer quoi bagaille qui est positionné yo, marketer industrie touriste Dominique et aussi complimenter yo à ces achievements à yo. Et puis finalement, compagnie DOASCO a créé à ces populations là en général pour conserver de l'eau. Parole Salah sorti hors officier relations publiques compagnie de DOASCO, M. Edward Regist.
Je vais prendre un petit temps pour demander aux gens pour ça conserver l'eau. Parce que ça nous a observé à présent, c'est l'eau même pas comme il était avant. Comme ça, là, il vient nous avoir plein de l'eau avant. Après ça, ça a baissé. Avec nous avons observé qu'on est en saison quand même là, ça a baissé des plis. Il y a des communes là, il n'y a pas qu'à trouver de l'eau. Avec DOASCO, nous pouvons faire toute manière pour amener de l'eau. Comme ça, c'est bien important. Toutes ces pipes là qui sont coulées, ce n'est pas cerveau qui a servi de l'eau. Toutes ces pipes là qui ont coulé, rangé, si vous prendre de l'eau, on peut servir comme si de l'eau n'a pas fini. Ça n'est pas vrai, l'eau a fini. Comme ça, nous avons demandé tout le monde pour faire manière, faire un effort, pour nous tout conserver de l'eau, pour nous toujours de l'eau au pays Dominique, pour nous tout ça injouer.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est Macpherson St. Louis. Au revoir.
Listen closely and you will hear what climate change might sound like. Hurricanes getting stronger and more frequent. Glaciers melting, causing a rise in sea levels. Dry bush burning after a prolonged drought left the bushes vulnerable to fires.
What? No water again?
But listen closely again and you will hear the solutions. People switching to energy-saving light bulbs. People building stronger homes that can withstand hurricane force winds. Our climate may be changing, but so can we. Making small changes together can have a huge effect on reducing the impacts of climate change. Act now. Rally, rethink, respond. This message is brought to you by the OECS Secretariat with funded assistance from USAID.
In today's tip, we'll discuss how you can make time for yourself. Balancing work, family, and friends can be challenging. Sometimes it may seem like you barely have enough time or energy to do the things you have to do, much less the things you want to do. But making time for yourself is important. So here's a tip to help you.
Decide that making time for yourself is important and don't feel guilty about doing something for yourself. It's not selfish to make time for you. It's actually good for the other people in your life. When you feel positive, your relationships with others are more positive too. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm, or you could visit our website at news.gov.dm.
Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Mervin Matthew. Thank you so much for watching.
I look to you, I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I can be strong.